under investigation in relation to the February shooting death of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery. Tonight, we're hearing different views of that video from legal experts.
News for Jax reporter Marilyn Parker joins us live in Jacksonville after hearing the arguments. Marilyn, these attorneys have two very different perspectives.
They do, but they say this new video provides context into how this case got started from the father and son seeing who's believed to be Ahmaud Arbery inside that building under construction to when the McMichaels started to follow him. Both attorneys ultimately agree that these videos play major roles in this case. The video believed to show Ahmaud Arbery inside a building under construction is drawing different opinions from attorneys of law. Attorney Rod Sullivan says under Georgia laws, the police did have probable cause to arrest for trespassing if it got to that point.
And it really gives the two McMichaels, father and son, justification for following Mr. Arbery, at least to the scene where the altercation occurred.
But civil rights attorney Reginald Reeves says in following Arbery, there were alternatives the McMichaels could have taken.
Like they called the police. They could have followed him until the police arrived. He was out there running, in the open road. There was no reason for them to engage him directly on the basis of him going to somebody else's constructed home.
Sullivan says the case boils down to who started the assault, which isn't shown clearly in the video.
But in the video, there is no place where you see McMichaels raise the shotgun. There's no place where you see him point the shotgun at Mr. Arbery, and that's going to be the key point.
Sullivan also says you can't judge a case on these videos, but only on the facts, while Reeves says these types of cases are lucky to have video at all.
You think about how many times these shoots happen and then there's no video. There's just nothing to see here. If the colors were reversed, would you get the same benefit of the doubt? So that's really what it comes down to.
You can see the Arbery family attorney's response to the new video right now on News for Jax. And be sure to stay with us both on air and online for more developments in this case. Reporting live in Jacksonville, Marilyn Parker, Channel 4, the local station.
A new video released in the investigation into the February shooting death of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery that appears to show him going into a construction site. The Georgia Bureau of Investigations has confirmed it is reviewing this video as well as new photos believed to be related to this case.
News for Jax reporter Kelly Wiley has been following the story and joins us now with the latest. Kelly, what can you tell us by phone?
Hi. So these videos, we've obtained them from the homeowner a couple of days ago, but our big hesitation has been who are we actually seeing in this video. Today we've been able to hear from GBI and from the attorneys representing the family of Ahmaud Arbery to be able to get some more context and information. So first I want to start with what the attorneys of the family are saying. In a statement, they told us that their office has reviewed this surveillance video, which appears to show a person believed to be Ahmaud Arbery entering a property under construction. And I'll say, this is not in a statement, but from my understanding, this construction site is in the neighborhood. I'll go into reason. The individual remains on the property for under 3 minutes before continuing to jog down the road. The statement goes on to say this video is consistent with the evidence already known to us. Ahmaud Arbery was out for a jog. He stopped by a property under construction where he engaged in no illegal activity and remained only for a brief period. And I'm going to jump to another part of the statement that's important context. This video, they say, confirms that Mr. Arbery's murder was not justified, and the actions of the men who pursued him and ambushed him were unjustified. They go on to say, we reiterate, Ahmaud Arbery did not take part in any felony, had no illegal substances in his system, was not armed yet, was not armed. So the GPI has also weighed in on these videos as they've been getting more and more questions about its existence and how it ties into everything. They said in their statement there are reports circulating of additional video footage being reviewed by the GBI as a part of their murder investigation. They said they are indeed reviewing the video footage and photographs as a part of their active case. But this is important, this part of the statement. They said it is important to note that this footage was reviewed at the beginning of their GBI investigation and before the arrest of Gregory and Travis McMichael. So, going back over what we know about this video, we know this video appears to have been taken the day of that deadly shooting. We know that this video appears to also have been in the minutes before the shooting took place. And we also believe from where we were seeing this video, it comes from a home that isn't the Tiller Shores neighborhood. When no one is really able to confirm for sure is one, if we're actually looking at Ahmaud Arbery's video, the attorneys and GBI have not confirmed for certain that that's who we're looking at. And the other part of this that the attorneys mentioned is that we're not actually seeing him take anything, do anything in this video. So those are two important notes as we start learning more about this video. We're continuing to look into it and to figure out what this means for the case. But I'll also just point out again from the GBI statement, we are well aware of these videos and have them before they made their arrest of Gregory and Travis McMichael.
All right, again, that is News for Jax reporter Kelly Wiley reporting. Thank you, Kelly.
What's going on, guys? So I'm laying down for this video. I think I'm gonna call it in early. So I may not sound the same way I normally sound in my videos, or I may. We'll see. But this is obviously a follow-up video to the video that I made yesterday or a couple of days ago, depending on when I released this one, about this Ahmaud Arbery case. I'm going to try to make this short and to the point, because in my first video I'm really a little disappointed in myself. I let you niggas get me hyped up to do that video, and something was telling me, Brian, just hold off for a couple more days and see exactly precisely what the fuck is going on. Because I knew, as I stated in my first video, that whenever the media decides to hype up one of these cases, there's always a catch. And usually that catch has to do with something along the lines of criminal activity or a criminal record. And as many of you recall, I even had mentioned in my video yesterday that don't let Ahmaud Arbery have a criminal record. Don't let him so much as even have smoked marijuana, because if he did, then it's a wrap. These guys are walking. And in that video, I also stopped short of calling Ahmaud Arbery a victim. Now, I said a lot of things. I touched on a lot of different topics, at least 4 or 5 directly related to this case. I talked about, self-defense as a black man. I talked about how I interpreted the video, based on a, play-by-play detail of the video. I talked about how the media manipulates black people, and I'm starting to think that they do this. They cherry pick these stories because they get off on the fact of how easy it is to manipulate y'all. I really do. See, and what further proves my theory is that the news media is now admitting that, like in the Michael Brown case, they had possession of this other video along with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation for pretty much a week. The whole time that this amateur video of somebody following behind Ahmaud Arbery, running down the street and struggling over the weapon of one of these two rednecks, and ultimately being shot. They had possession of this video of him entering a construction site, which was to be eventually be a home, and yet they didn't release that information, because if they had released that information up front, then the entire reaction to this case, even as it's being hyped up, would probably be a lot different. And see, they knew that. But see, they also know, and I've told y'all this, I told you this in yesterday's video. They know how dumb a lot of black people are. They get off on this. They know that it's going to get them ratings. They know that they're fattening black people up for the kill, fattening them up for the disappointment. Another Trayvon Martin, another Freddie Gray, another, Laquan McDonald, another Botham Jean, another case where the white person or white people or white cop is going to either be charged or accused, but in the end, they're going to walk or get a baby sentence. And just as I explained to y'all methodically yesterday, that is exactly what is being set up now. They knew that this video existed of this boy entering this construction site. Now, I have tried to warn black people on many occasions, but because you Negroes, most of y'all, not all of you, and there are only a handful of you, I even said that before, there's only a handful of y'all that I really trust and, really respect, because I understand now that most of you are just small-minded. I mean, you got Negroes talking about hiring private investigators to find out what really happened to Censorship or catch her out and about. Who gives a fuck? I mean, I analyzed an audio clip, but you heard me specifically say in that audio clip that I'm not going out of my way to analyze this entire audio strip of 2 fucking videos that I think totaled over half an hour long. I'm not doing that because Censorship is not that important. I got excited when I, thought that, and I still think that that's Censorship's voice. Some people are disputing that, claiming that it's another raggedy female on here. But nonetheless, I analyzed that little piece of strip and I was done with it. If somebody confirms her death or life through by way of other means, maybe I'll make another video. But that's as far as I'm gonna go with that shit. But see, a lot of you Negroes, you like to get caught up in all this drama and all this stupidity and all this, they lynched a black man. And I told y'all when I saw this video, I told you yesterday, that's why I stopped short of saying that he was a victim of a lynching. Because I said, the video does not show this man being gunned down in cold blood. What it shows is him running towards a pickup truck, running around the pickup truck, getting in a struggle with some redneck, and you hearing 2 gunshots, and then him running and falling to the ground, to the pavement. That's what it shows. Point blank period. And what did I tell you yesterday? I told you the same thing that the white man said in those 2 news reports. That these videos, are going to be very important in any trial, in the defense. The way the jury, the way the judge, the way, investigators are going to look at this. Okay? The more comes out about what actually happened and Ahmaud Arbery, the more this is looking like it's going to be in the favor of the defense. Now, for you slow Negroes, okay, and this is what I was intending to say before. I have tried to warn y'all. You get angry with me, you know. Some of you that you know I thought were smarter than you actually turned out to be. I had to block, you know, and you don't heed my warnings. You don't learn anything, and so this is why I said, you know, one Negro made a stupid ass comment the other day that I'm a Negropian getting in touch with my inner white boy, but I'm still fighting for justice, whatever the fuck that means. Listen, to hell with you Negroes. I'm not fighting for justice, nothing. I'm merely giving my opinion on things and trying to give advice to like-minded black men that, hey, if you want to get off the sinking ship, this is the best way to do it. To what extent you do that is up to you. I'm not sticking my neck out for it to get slit by you backstabbing, double timing, fake ass niggas for nothing. It's just not happening. Okay? Like I said, there's only a handful of y'all that I trust. The rest of y'all, I wouldn't trust you any further than I could throw you. Because I know most of you are full of shit. It's just the truth. Whether you like it or not. I tried to warn you Negroes about Cynthia G. You didn't listen. I tried to warn you about Paris Milan. Now this hoe is getting more views than Tommy Sotomayor, Cynthia G, and some of everybody else combined. And now she's praising swirling on her channel, but she started out talking about why she only dates black men. I tried to tell y'all ahead of time about Kanika Jenkins. You didn't listen. I remember when Negroes were all worked up about that 3 years ago. I tried to tell you that something about that didn't sound right, and it looked like she just walked her drunk ass into a freezer. You didn't listen. I tried to warn you about the star witness, whatever his name was, down in Dallas that testified in the Amber Geiger trial. Y'all actually wanted to memorialize and martyr this Negro like he was one of the 12 disciples of these Christian people's Christ. Like there was some conspiracy by the police department to murder him, even though they girl got off with a lighthearted sentence and was barely convicted. Turns out he died in a drug deal gone bad in a shootout. And now I'm warning you Negroes. I'm warning you now. Don't get yourself worked up over this Ahmaud Arbery thing. This will likely be the last video that I make of it, other than the one that I'm going to make to say, I told you so. This is a nut. Listen to what I'm saying carefully. Because I know you Negroes, you get caught up in your emotions and you want to believe this and that. Brian Solange is using his intelligence to tell you, and I am rarely wrong. I am rarely wrong. Point out some of the times that I've actually been fucking wrong. Please. And I want to compare those with all the times that I've been right. Okay? And this isn't bragging. It's just, for some reason, I just seem to have an innate ability to think in between the lines and get shit accurate than unlike most Negroes. It's just the truth. So I'm telling y'all right now, get ready for the letdown. If you get yourself worked up with this, like y'all got yourself worked up with Amber Geiger, like you got yourself worked up in the George Zimmerman case, like you got yourself worked up in Ferguson, Missouri, and Freddie Gray in Baltimore, you're gonna be disappointed, you're gonna be hurt, and you're gonna be let down again. This entire thing is a setup by the media and the powers that be to keep y'all distracted from what's going on with this coronavirus, aka pandemic, whether whatever's going on with it. But most importantly, just to further prove to themselves how easily they can manipulate y'all. Okay? They're fattening you up for the kill. I told y'all yesterday, don't let him have a criminal record. Now it's come out that he was arrested in 2013 for bringing a gun to a high school dance or something like that, and he was arrested again in 2018, wasn't that long ago, for shoplifting. And one of the men who was involved in his shooting death was part of the prosecution of him for a unknown case, whether that was the shoplifting or the bringing the gun to the high school dance. They're doing the same, they're running the same play that black women do when they want to demonize black men, to use as an excuse, is like that that hoe in wherever that was, Florida, Tara Dallas, said it takes 3 niggas to equal 1 black man. Okay? They're using his dysfunction against him. That, coupled with that video of him struggling and fighting over that weapon, the defense is going to easily be able to argue if Ahmaud Arbery had got a hold of that gun, he would have likely shot and killed these 2 rednecks. And they're going to easily be able to argue self-defense. Yesterday I said, well, they might be convicted and they'll probably be given 10 years. At this point, I highly doubt that they're going to be convicted at all. Now, a lot of you Negroes are going to get mad. But as I always do, I don't tell you things that you want to hear. I tell you things as I see them and as they are. Take that as you wish. I'm not saying, and I will close with this, in no way, shape, or form am I saying that this young brother deserved to be shot and killed. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that these George Zimmerman redneck motherfuckers had the right to try to stop him or cut him off or whatever they were doing. Okay? They should have called the police and left it at that. If they wanted to trail him, they should have stayed behind him instead of getting in front of him. They could have just slowly followed him in their pickup truck because he was on foot until the police got there and pointed him out. Okay? What I am saying is that video, these videos, are not proof that he was a victim of a racist white mob lynching. As much as y'all want him to be, it's not. What I am saying, what I said yesterday, if he was killed, shot with a shotgun or hunted down by other black men, we wouldn't even know who the hell he was. What I am saying is that the media specifically picked out these pictures of him smiling, I guess in a graduation photo or whatever, to make him look more innocent than he did in that video where he was snooping around in the house looking like a damn Pookie and Ray Ray, no matter what he was doing there. Okay? What I am saying is that y'all are not going to get the result that y'all want. And the media already knows that. They playing y'all for a fucking fool. So my advice, as I say, I don't fight for anything with Negroes. I only fight for myself because, number one, I already know that most of you Negroes ain't serious. And number two, fight for what? Fight for what? A bunch of niggas that want to swirl both male and female? A bunch of Negroes that are willing and ready at any given moment to tear each other limb from limb? But I will give you advice. My advice with this story, with this whole case that the media is hyping up, do yourself a favor and turn the television set off right now. So to speak, figuratively speaking. Turn it off. If you don't want to get your little feelings hurt. Talk to you later, guys.